Tonight, I'm going to be switching gears and talking for the first time really about what just about everybody else is talking about, and that's politics. The distinction for me between politics and governance is profound, and the norms and best practices of a candidate for president, and certainly for a president, are to separate the two consistently. Because when you're running for office, especially the highest office in the land, and effectively to become the leader of the free world, so we define the responsibility is to keep them separate. That is the operations of good government and making decisions in a manner that are reflective of the interests of everybody, not yourself, are at the heart of why we have campaign finance regulations, acknowledging that most of those regulations have come along mainly, during my lifetime. At 52, born in 70, it's a topic that's quite familiar to me because my earliest recollections of the political process myself were when my father ran for the United States Congress as to be a representative from the great state of Utah, my home state, which of course, as many have seen for themselves, is a lovely state, great national resources, and a highly educated, family-centric, indeed family values-centric state, a population that is significantly of the faith of my birth, of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And the politics in Utah are such that my father was running as a Democrat, lifetime Republican, who had become a Democrat during his time serving in the White House as an arms control negotiator in behalf of the Lyndon Baines Johnson administration, LBJ, and he was an expert or a scholar, credentialed as such, from his years of obtaining his JD from the University of Chicago, and then various honorary degrees beyond that. But he ran for Congress in a state that was largely Republican, and as a Democrat he did quite well, having won the primary convention. That was when I first had my taste of convention politics. As a young lad, running around, darting and weaving between the thousands of convention delegates across the state of Utah, and my scientist mother had taken on the role of being a very supportive wife, doing the customary proper duty of respecting and supporting her husband, my father. And I recall so many of the features of an exuberant, jubilant crowd, especially when my father won for the nomination to run in behalf of Democrats for the principal legislative seat to the Congress from Utah, representing the district of the main area of Salt Lake City. In the general election, my father did well for a Democrat of the time, 38% of the popular vote for that congressional seat, and he lost that bid for the congressional seat for this district of Utah to someone who became and remains a good friend of the Firmich family, former Congressman Dan Marriott, a most honorable Republican, who I've come to know myself independently in my business affairs. The relationship we have with those friendly opponents and opponents who can at times be unfriendly was a lesson at a very young age to see how my father handled himself. It's that type of decorum that I witnessed at a young age, and continuing on through my parents and my campaigns for good causes, for philanthropy around the world, for green and environmental cleanliness and climate renewal, not just fighting to slow down climate change, but to reverse it. These are the types of contentious issues that can bring out the best or the worst in us. And I, for one, stand for bringing out the best in all of us. And that will define my demeanor and my posture in the debates to come, especially and inclusive of the pleasure of debating former President Donald Trump. I do not believe that man is fit to re-enter the Oval Office as the president of this nation, and I stand by that. That to some is a bold or a controversial step to take, and I do not think it's so, and I look forward to that debate. We'll see you soon. May God bless you, your family, and may God bless the United States of America.
My fellow citizens, my name is Joseph P. Firmage, and I am today declaring my candidacy for the presidency of the United States of America in 2024.